Hello and welcome to another episode of Tales of Middle-earth, the series in which we explore stories and locations unrelated to our journey in Citadel Guard Adventures. I am Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and today we're back yet again in the Harvest Festival because there is one last thing that we can check in here. Before we begin, really quick, I'm gonna grab an apple here on the top.
I'm pleased to be of service.
And grab the Spirit Harvest quest from Rosa Hornblower.
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
And now we're ready to go to Wistmead. This is a location that was added on the Harvest Festival of 2017, 2018, not sure. And it was added with the second part of Bingo's questline, The Curse of Eerie Acres, which I have previously showed you. And today, I'm gonna show you the rest of the thing, because apart from The Curse of Eerie Acres, there are a lot of things to do here in Wistmead, but in order to unlock all those quests, what you will need to do first is talk to Goldworthy. Hello there! It would seem word has begun to spread about Wistmead. The Harvest Festival has long been my favorite of all the festivals of the Shire, and after seeing the prank old Mr. Baggins played on Lobelia, I was inspired to craft something of my own. And here it is. Clearly proud of his work, Wallach gestures wildly in every direction. To my delight, Ermentrude Haybank, Helen Barnes, and Iris Tunnelly have devised a number of new games and activities for the Harvest Festival. If you find them wandering the field, be sure to introduce yourself. It is impressive, isn't it? Most mazes are not spooky, but the maze of Wistmead certainly is. Rumor has it that the wit shifts in the night, reshaped by the unseen side. Careless hobbits might become lost in its winding pathways, and once that happens, they are seldom seen again. Ermentrude pauses for far too long. Until I go in and find them, of course. If you want to give the maze a try, I'll be here.
Good day.
Dear me, have you been standing there for long? I am Iris Tunnelly, and I bid you welcome to Wistmead. I am quite new here myself, but I've done well to help Mr. Goldworthy and the others prepare the field for the Harvest Festival. How did I come to be here, you ask? Oh, you didn't ask. Well, it was the strangest thing. I was just leaving Citadel when a cloaked woman of Bree approached me. I did not know her face and she gave me no name, but she begged me to bring to her any lost cats that wandered onto the festival grounds. How could she know such a thing? But not an hour after I arrived at Wistmead, I found these cats wandering around the wheat maze. Aren't they adorable? Well, don't let them fool you, they are a handful. Between you and me, I think Mr. Goldworthy could stand to fill that old smelly bog, but I have never been so excited for the Harvest Festival. Perhaps you can help us make Wistmead even better.
Hello there.
Hello, is this your first time in Wistmead? Welcome, welcome, I am Helen Barnes, and I manage a few of the festivities here in Wistmead. I have a skilled hand in carving gourds, and I dabble in crafting interesting ales. Of course, I am not quite so skilled as to join the ranks of the Inn League, but I hope the Harvest Festival affords me the chance to prove myself. Alas, my fog-noggin ale seems to be more interesting than well regarded, but I've labored to improve its recipe. You are welcome to try it while you explore the spooky sights and sounds of Wistmead. I have heard tell that the Wistful Oak has a mind of its own, but it is just an old tree, right? Perhaps you should go and see for yourself. But enough about me. There is plenty of fun to be had here in Wistmead. I'll let you get to it. Let us tell Walric we have introduced ourselves to everybody. Very good. I hope you enjoyed Wistmead as much as we enjoyed building it, Beriathan. On behalf of all of us, welcome. And that was it, basically. All the quests are unlocked now. So let us begin. It is horrible, just horrible. I have been beset by complaints, and just a moment ago I saw another hobbit sleeping in the field. Have I done something wrong? It seems that no matter what festivities I think up, I cannot impress them. Why don't you try to help them get in the spirit, Beriathan? Show them what spooky fun can be had in Wistmead. Oh, let's pick this one.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
Misery me, Beriathan. I've heard those quiet little meows around Wistmead again. I've had enough to manage already looking after all this. Iris gestures to the cats at her feet and more subtly towards Warlick. In time, I will be glad to see them off to breed, but for now, it seems the festival gourds have grown fond of them. Would you go and find a few more of those black cats for me? Right. Iris has another quest. Let me show you
Might I have a word with
the
you?
quest list. Hello, Beriathan. Might you help me with a delicate matter? Mr. Goldworthy took a great care to wrap many of the bushes in Wistmead in fine cotton webbing, but I think he has missed an important detail. There are no spiders in Wistmead, or if there were, they're long gone by now. Why don't you go down to Scary to find some spiderlings and put them in this jar? If you bring them back here, we can make sure that no one else notices this little mistake. For this quest, you have to go back to the Shire and all the way back to Scary? And I think Scary is over here. Not really that far from Hobbiton, but I don't think it's worth the effort. So to be honest with you, I've never done that quest with any of my tunes, and I don't intend to do it today. I'm gonna show you the other ones.
Hello there.
Oh,
Might I
the
speak with you?
goblins have returned to Wistmead. I thought we had driven the last of them back to Mount Graham, but it seems the draw of the Harvest Festival has proven too great. Will you take up this club and send them flying out of the Shire?
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
Oi, Beriathan, do you have a moment? I received a lot of feedback on my last few blends of Fucknoggin Ale, and I think I finally gotten it right. If you'd be so kind, try a sample of my new and hopefully improved Fucknoggin. Once you've had sufficient time to reckon with its complex flavor, tell me what you think of it. I hope I've gotten the balance right. So, we'll need to drink the Fucknoggin Ale. And if you're familiar with drinking in LOTRO, you know what happens. If not, the first time this happened to me, I thought it was a really cool effect and I enjoy this kind of quests a lot. As you can see here, you start seeing double, so you don't know exactly where to click. See, this one is the right one, but it seems like this is more solid. So that's the effect this quest produces. Usually these quests are timed, but not this one. So in order to shake this off, you will need to interact with several items here in Wistmead. And until you do that 6 times, you will have this effect on you. From what I've read, you can do some emotes to help you with the process, so let us try the one that I remember being mentioned, and that is push up. Push up. No? Oh god. Let us go here to the emote section. Push-ups, okay. So push-ups. It doesn't feel great, but doing a few push-ups seems to help. Alright, so it does help. Now what do we have here? Steam inside. So grabbing a drink. You are not entirely certain if that was coffee, but you feel a bit better. And well, technically you can, if you feel too disoriented, you can turn on floating names, and that way you will know which one of those is the right one. But I don't like doing that. I like feeling disoriented with this quest. What have so many careless boots wrought silent terror grips? Silent terror grips and you feel more alert. We have E bat. What sort of vile illusion is this? Silent terror grips you and you feel more alert. Right, that was established. Alright, so I don't remember exactly, so I hope I can find it before the effects were off. Show it to you. What sort of battle illusion is this? Sudden terror keeps you and you feel more alert. But what exactly was the illusion that was on here? Not sure. I only need one more effect to shake this off. But I don't remember where it is, the thing I want to show you. So let's hope that we can find it. But the cold, murky water of the box seems to help. Okay, so we shook off the effects. I didn't get to where I wanted to. We didn't find what I wanted to find. I'm gonna tell you. So you scare some hobbits to get them into the spirit of the season. What I was looking for was the ghost of the old Took, and that is a reference to one of the quests in the Shire. Some Tooks believe the ghost of the old Took is haunting the library, if I'm not mistaken, and it turns out to be just a squirrel hiding in the shelves. But it's kind of fun quest to do, and the fact that they were able to bring it back for Wistmead was also a nice surprise. But yeah, well, we weren't able to find the ghost of the old Took. It's just an Easter egg, really. Picking some black cats. The good thing about this is that all these NPCs respawn fairly quickly, so you don't have to wait too much for them. Here we have the gourds, the goblin-shaped gourds that you need to hit, like Pandobra's took. Really, I like how this is like a closed space, so everything is it's packed really tight together, so you don't need to go that far away to find all the things that you need. And on top of that, you can advance many of these quests simultaneously, not like the Haunted Borough where you need to do them one by one. And here there are only a handful of quests that you will need to do one by one. But we'll get to that in just a moment.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Not my best, eh? I've heard so much about it now that I am a bit hesitant to try it myself. Oh well, I'll brew up a new batch. I hope you will be willing to give it another try soon, Beriathan. Think about it, let me think about it. I'm being let us some gourds. Well, also looking for hobbits and cats. Oh well, no, we already have all the hobbits, but we need cats. Okay, let us turn all this in.
How do you do?
Ah, old Goldfimble must have felt quite a shock when Bandovras the Bull Roarer swung his club, don't you think? I'll have more gourds carved soon enough. I must say I much prefer this to actual goblins.
How do you do?
Good gracious! As much as I enjoy having them around for the Harvest Festival, it will be a great relief when this is all over. Once I get back to Citadel, that woman from Break can have the lot of them. But perhaps I'll ask to keep one for myself. That's the other reason why I don't do this quest in Scary. All the other quests can be done in this area, so I don't know what they are sending us all the way to Scary just for that one quest. I have not seen that one. Well, I can hear the hoots and cheers from here. Perhaps I was a little too hasty in my thinking. Thank you, Beriathan. That will be all. Let us take this too first. There are some truly wondrous gourds growing in the old wheat field. Gather some so that we may decorate. Oh, there are pesky crows all throughout the wheat field. Shoot them away if you are in there. With all their squawking, it sounds like they are laughing at us. So these two quests in the wheat in maze you can also do simultaneously. But there are also two other quests for the wheat maze that will have you race to the exit. One of them doesn't allow you to cheat, and by cheat they mean crossing these gaps in the walls. You will learn to identify how they look. So one of the races requires you to complete the maze without using them, and the other one allows you to use them. So obviously the time they give you for each one of those is different. And you can technically pick them all at the same time, but most likely, I mean, you don't have enough time to pick gourds and shoo away crows if you are doing the maze races. So there's really no point in picking them all up at the same time. And if you pick the two variations of the race at the same time, that is also counterintuitive. You cannot complete those two quests at the same time, so that's the only like a restriction that Wistmead has. And as you see, it's much more flexible than the Haunted Burrow and the Summer Festival, for example. The Spring Festival. Well, I don't remember which, but there is a maze in Bree, which works very similar to the Haunted Burrow. You can only have one quest active at a time, so you need to enter multiple times to do all those quests. But I think I like this one better, unless you can do them faster by doing them all together. And these mazes, well, the other thing to keep in mind about these mazes, as Ermentrude told us, is that they change from day to day. There are 5 different layouts for these mazes that rotate constantly. So each day will have a different layout. So for example, today we are on maze 3. So the routes are totally different. And as I was telling you, these mazes are significantly harder than the maze in the breed fields. So the way in which I do this usually is just brute force my way till the exit and then reverse engineer the way, so I know exactly where to go and where the dead ends are. But if you're not feeling up to it, there are plenty of maps online that will give you all the ways across the wheat maze. And in particular, I think the mazes, the maps on Fibro Jetty's website are the best. And they are, for me, the easiest ones to read. So I highly recommend, if you want to check a map, you go there, Fibro Jedi, and he will give you all the information you need, not only about the wheat maze, but also about everything regarding festivals. And he updates his guides constantly, so you can always trust him to give you all the information that you need. Time being, let us just finish picking up gourds and shooing away the crows. but I lost my way. Which I don't mind particularly, as I'm not interested right now in making it to the exit. But rather just finding all the things that we need in here inside. So let us try this path. So today we are in day 3 of the Wit Maze. And if you take a look at the different maps for the different days of the Wit Maze, it seems that day 3 has the longest road, because it will have you going from one extreme of the map to the other. So at first it seems like the most complex of all the mazes, but I found that it's actually quite simple because it has so many turns that usually there is only one good way to go. If you know that you will need to go from one extreme to the other, so from right to left and left to right, then you will see that there is only one path that follows that pattern. So don't let appearances fool you. Maze 3 is not that hard in my opinion. How wonderful! Look at all these decorative gourds. Thank you! I hope those pesky crows do not come back. We have here the first quest for the Wit Maze, Challenging Wit. Hello there! Ermentrude Haybank is the name. This old wheat field is quite overgrown and gives me the shivers. It is a maze of old wheat thickets with a ghastly fog hanging overhead. How quick do you think you could run through the ways of wheat? Do you think you could do it without cheating? I hope you are not afraid. In order to unlock the second quest that allows you to cheat, you will need to complete this one first, for every single map of the Wit Maze. Once you do that once, you don't need to do it again. So that means if you repeat, if for example we were to repeat day 3, we could begin with the other quest instead of this one. So it's a one-time only unlock for each one of the maps. So we're gonna solve Maze 3. So for this is the way. Once again, if you realize that you need to go from one way to the other, you'll see that there is really a clear path in here. Because it usually has you it has some turns, sure, but they will lead to dead ends really quickly as well. Like this one, you see? Oh, I lost my way. It's gotta be through here. Alright, and here is the exit. Now, something to keep in mind about this quest, this one that doesn't allow you to cheat. You don't need to exit the maze for the quest to advance, you just need to make it to the exit. As soon as you get the pop-up message, you can go back where you came from, but if you have this quest active, even if you have already found the exit, if you cheat, if you go through the gaps in the Wit Maze, it will fail. So that's why, for this quest at least, I prefer to actually leave the wheat maze and turn this in. My word, you ran through the wheat field quickly. This old overgrown field seems to still be changing. Perhaps the maze will be different by tomorrow. Now, how about another challenge for today? And we have unlocked the deed, the Wistmead maze. So let me show that deed to you. That one basically requires you to complete both quests on each one of the maps to get some tokens and the title Maze Master. And that's basically it. Let us pick the other one. Now that you know this maze well enough and beat my challenge, how about a bit of fun? How fast do you think you could run through the wheat maze? I will allow you to cheat this time. If you beat this, you will be well on your way to becoming a maze master. So usually what happens with this other quest that allows you to cheat is that the path is totally different. Because yeah, this possibility to cheat gives you much more flexibility in what you can do. Like coming through here and here, and you see, you made it through the exit. And that's what I told you. You don't need to actually leave the maze. You can just make it to the exit and wait for the quest to advance, and then you can make your way back from where you came. And for this Speed of the Wheat quest, I think that one is actually faster than surrounding the maze. My word, you could have not have made it through this maze any more quickly. This old overgrown field seems to still be changing. Perhaps the maze will be different by tomorrow. Alright, so this is Wistmead. The only quest that we are missing here is this one in Scary. But I think we're doing good on time, so let us do it and see what this quest is really about. We have already read the text. There are webs in the maze, but not really spiders, so we need to ride to Scary and gather some spiderlings. This at least will give us the chance to unlock another stable master in the Shire and advance the Explorer deed just a little bit more. You see, we took under half an hour to complete all the quests in Wistmead Bar 1. And if you remember the Haunted Burrow episode, it was a little bit longer because on one hand the requirements to unlock the quests, the mini quest line to unlock the other quests, it was a little bit longer. But on the other hand, the fact that you can only do one quest at a time means that you need a lot of time to do a full run of it. But not Wistmead, so that's why I like it a little bit better than the Haunted Burrow. The Haunted Burrow is still fun nonetheless, and it has a lot of great moments, has a really cool design. And as I told you on the Haunted Burrow episode, I like how they got Bilbo to be the one behind it. So instead of creating something on their own, totally unrelated to the lore or to the established world, they took what they have to create something of their own. That's what I really like about the game, and that's the scenarios in which I think the devs shine more. So there's still a lot of love to be found on the Haunted Burrow. But if you are hard pressed on time for the day, it's better to go to Wistmead and do the quests in there. Here we are in the town of Broken Borings. Let us unlock the Stable Master.
Just a moment.
Great. Oh, okay. There is not a stable master in Scary, but the two towns are so close together that you really don't need it. You see, Scary is right over here. And Scary has a few quests related with this quarry and the spiders infesting it, but we're not gonna do any of that. We're just gonna look for the spiderlings as fast as we can and take advantage of the fact that we are over leveled in here, so we're not gonna be pulling any mobs. Just need to pick these ones. Although we could technically, well, since we are over leveled, we could technically just farm the spiders for the Slayer, the spider slayer in the Shire. But I think I'm gonna actually be leaving the deeds of the Shire for another episode. So let us pick the spiderlings. And hopefully they are really close to each other. And hopefully they will respawn quickly so that we can pick them up as fast as we can. Alright, I think we can make our way back now. Alright, just one more. And it is over here. That's great. Perfect, so that was it, really quick. So not as tedious or as long as I thought it would be. To be honest with you, I was a little confused. I don't know why I was thinking Scary was actually located here in Woodhole. I was mistaking Woodhole for Scary, and I thought, well, going that far just for some spiders? No, no, definitely not. But Scary is actually not that far. It's really not that much of a hassle to do this quest. Although, once again, if you are hard pressed for time, there are many other quests that are more efficient than this one. Oh well, now with this, I will get to show you every single quest in Wistmead, so that's good. And I will also be able to complete the raptor for today just by doing that, so that's even better. Let's make our way to the party tree. Okay, the Nicole Delving Homestead. No, thank you. I mean, I think it's great there are houses in the Shire for sale, and I know a lot of players like to live in the Shire because it's really a beautiful country. It's like the perfect place to live in. But for me, a man, an elf, a dwarf, having a home in the Shire, it feels so wrong. But I don't think I will ever do it. Right, so the point is here to go back to Wistmead. Iris Tunnel is over here, right next to the maze.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Ah, perfect. Now, why don't you just take that jar of spiders and shake some of them out onto the webbed bushes around the Wistmead? Preferably the bushes furthest away from me. If we're lucky, no one will have even noticed that the spiders were missing. Alright, so yeah, I thought this was too easy. But this doesn't seem too hard either. So, some spiders in here. Some spiders in here. Oh yeah, I'm not sure if these bushes only pop up when you have the quest active, or if I just had not noticed them before, like really seen them, not only as part of the decoration, but they look cool, and it's a really great idea. Alright, let's go back to Iris.
Good day.
Oh, Beriathan, did you have any trouble getting them into the webs? No? Wonderful! For my sake, I think those will do for now. If they wander off again, I'll make sure we find a way to replace them. Alright, so yeah, that was basically it for Wistmead. But before we end today's episode, let us go back to Rosa. Complete this one. The Spirit Harvest and the Intermediate Bountiful Harvest.
Good day.
Alright. Perfect, so now we are only missing 2 tiers to complete this year's Harvest Festival. But this has been all for today's episode of Tales of Middle-earth, and I think this also has been all for Tales of Middle-earth featuring the Harvest Festival. Next time I think we'll go to somewhere else entirely. In any case, thank you so much for watching today's episode. It was shorter than I believed it would, but it was really fun. And I will see you back on the next episode of Tales of Middle-earth. Until then, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye, my friends.